Talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started. It's the hardest. Talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started. Yeah,
get your boots ready. We're about to go on a trip where we wrestle, nobody settling or calling it quits. You're here for the grit, bet you this stuff is amazing. You're stumbling, welcome to the bump in the apron. Step into it, the hardest part of the ring. Here to bring fun, yeah, and this art he's king. It's the best thing, making sure you don't tap out. Don't go soft with the hardest podcast out. And it's not just another one, it's clear. Off the rest, in this content, none contest. Take the nonsense off the steps. You know it's nothing but pure gems when it's coming off the chest. Get it? Now it's time to sit and relax. Get your mind blown away, ain't no skipping this track. Have you paying more attention, no listening gap. Get everything I ever wanted, no giving it back. Yeah.
Ooh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Apron Bump Podcast. I'm your host, the hardest part of the ring, Kyle Bird. And oh man, we finally are in the 3 digits club. Episode 100. Holy shit. How am I still doing this? Did not think that I would make it to 100 episodes when I first started this, but man, I fucking love this shit. Thank you guys. I won't spend too much time harping on it, you know, because as I was coming up to episode 100, I was like, I don't know, man. What do I have to do something special? Should I do like a retrospective of some sort? Maybe like a Q&A? Do I do like a nude ASMR episode? I don't know. Maybe that'll be 200, but for episode 100, I feel like it is perfectly fitting to just have an episode that encompasses everything that I look for in doing this podcast. Just an entertaining, hilarious time talking about wrestling. And not just wrestling, but one of the most monumental wrestling shows to ever occur, WrestleMania 18. And man, quite a dandy of a show. We got people fighting all night for the hardcore title. We got fans making Stacy Keibler uncomfortable by taking pictures with her hindquarters. Speaking of cheeks, we got Goldust's delicious cheeks on display in this show as well. There's a lot going on. DDP's here with his ridiculous teeth. I mean, what else could you want? I mean, yeah, there's like the Rock and Hogan stuff too, whatever. But like, so much good stuff on this show. But no, obviously, WrestleMania 18 is the Rock and Hogan show, as we all know. So I feel like it is perfectly fitting to bring back the old hybrid style pod. I need a better name for that. That sounds really douchey. But basically, what we're gonna do here is review WrestleMania 18 in its entirety, with the exception of Rock and Hogan, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, in case I needed to clear that up. Not, Rock versus Randy Hogan or whatever. No, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, Icon versus Icon. Many in the business that I've read or have listened to deem this as one of, if not the best match of all time, and that is very much attributed to the crowd reaction, the atmosphere that this match provided, and we all experience it live on this episode. So that's a good old time towards the end. But like I said, we will be reviewing the rest of the show as per usual for this podcast. So and who is we? Who is we, by the way? Well, none other than the Get Cho Podcast. Joining me on this episode as my guests, I've had Charlie on a number of times from the Get Cho Podcast, but not only is Charlie here, but so is Garn and Justin from the old GCP. And man, I thought this was gonna be a clusterfuck, and at times it might have been. But it ended up actually having a lot of moments of really good insight from my guests. And of course, if you are a listener of the Get Cho podcast, you know the entertainment value that those guys bring. A hilarious listen every single week. Well, I guess most weeks nowadays, but go check out their podcast. Like I said, it's the Get Cho Podcast. You can follow their podcast on Twitter at Get Cho Podcast. And I'll put all of their information in the description of this episode, both of the podcast itself and the individuals that joined me on this episode. So go check them out. Really awesome group of guys, really entertaining, a great follow on social media, a great listen on the podcast, and just some handsome devils. So really, what else do you need? Honestly. But why waste any more time? Let's get right into it. WrestleMania 18. With myself in the Get Cho Podcast, boys. We got our cocks out?
What?
Huh? So anyways. Yo, it's your homie Kyle.
Hey, it's Charlie.
Yo, it's your boy Just.
And this is Garn.
We can't have more than
And
one
and
yo-yo.
it's Charlie.
My favorite part of your guys' episodes is the introductions, because clearly no plan. You just start and nobody knows like when to introduce themselves.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Charlie's like,
Charlie's being a
hello, my name is
dick.
Charlie, hello.
Give us an order. Just
It's part of the charm of our show. It's a part of the charm. We just,
Yeah, it's how,
we aim to entertain.
well, you aim to at least. That's a good aim.
Aim to. Please enjoy our rant.
But speaking of entertaining, WrestleMania 18, that was a pretty entertaining show, huh, folks?
Whack.
Okay.
Let the bodies hit the floor, baby.
Oh, man, we're going to talk a lot about some 2002 rock. Don't you worry. We will get to it. Like rock and roll, not The Rock.
What was that album called? Forced to Entry?
Forceful entry.
Forceful.
Is it really?
Yeah, forceful.
Yeah,
It's like they raped your ears. Surprise butt sex.
Non-consensual.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not at DDP yet, folks. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, he tried to
Bang!
he tried to rape Undertaker's wife. Anyways, so did you guys all get a chance to watch the show?
Yes.
yes.
Yep.
So this is actually like only the second time that I ever watched it from start to finish. Where do you guys think this WrestleMania stands, like in terms of other WrestleManias? Like one of the best to one of the worst, in the middle?
Top 50.
That's pretty bold.
Top. Get your.
Okay.
I thought it was entertaining. It wasn't like the best I've ever seen, but it wasn't like a horrible watch either. So I mean,
It didn't age well to me. It really didn't age well.
There were some rough parts of it.
Oh, yeah.
There was some
that
wrong
crowd
shit.
though, it's like
Yeah, that's it. But that's
Oh,
the
go
thing
ahead, my bad.
So like I was gonna say like. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that could be outdated, but I mean, you can say that shit about like AWA from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. But for the time that it came out and that 02 time, it was pretty good, I gotta say. And that crowd, like you were saying, Charlie, yeah, that crowd was fire. I mean, that crowd was hyped. That Canada crowd, yeah, they were really excited. I don't know if they had too much maple syrup, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if
What's
they had,
up? They like that's what they like over there in Canada.
You know, that Tim Hortons, they were high in the Tim Hortons.
Yeah,
Lots of
you
poutine.
drinking too much
Lots
bags of
poutine.
milk over there, probably. Huh? What else? What else do we got? Canada.
I politely disagree.
Hockey. Anyways, but yeah, this show.
America's hat.
This show felt, because I like, obviously, I mean, whenever anyone thinks of WrestleMania 18, I mean, they think of DDP versus Christian, but like outside of that, no, that's Rock and Hogan, obviously, it's the Rock Hogan show, but like outside of that, it almost seemed just like a bunch of singles matches. Like it didn't seem like a lot of variety within the show. It almost seemed like a beefed up Raw at some parts.
Yeah, I totally agree. I felt like I was watching like a Raw after
Yeah.
a
It
Survivor
felt like a
Series.
Raw today. It felt like today's Raw. Like
It was-
Wait.
current
Did
day
Regal
Raw.
wrestle like 9 times in one night?
Wait.
Was there a 24/7
wrestled
stipulation?
twice?
Oh yeah.
Wait, there was. Oh my god.
Of course there was.
There
Of course there was.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Did the women get cut short of their match? Oh yeah, of course that happened.
Oh.
It's like hometown girls, Trish Stratus. Let's give her 5 minutes.
And then I'll give it 5 minutes,
You know?
but with sex.
Dandruff everywhere.
But I mean, it was only
how's the weight,
slightly
Jazz?
longer than Raw. It was like less than 4 hours, right? So
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not
Just
that
about,
different.
I would say.
Yeah.
Just
But
about,
man,
just
yeah.
about.
Were you guys all watching at this time? Watching wrestling?
So, yes, I was.
Yes.
Yes.
I was,
Yes.
I was not like I was watching cable, so everything else I was watching was like like Coliseum video shit. So I wasn't exactly into wrestling yet, just as much as I am now.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know, right?
This is where like the moment where our family
Yeah.
finally got
Okay.
cable around that
Okay.
time. So I got hyped
I
up
see.
from the beginning. In pay-per-view, I think I watched it from our friend's house. I'm not sure whose friends, I forgot, but I remember watching it from.
Yeah,
a
this is
friend.
a period where I wasn't watching wrestling, so I didn't watch the show till like several years after the fact. And like I think I said before, but I watched it back. This is like only the second time I've ever watched it, so it was there's not a lot that I remembered about it outside of like Rock and Hogan, and even that there were a lot of parts I didn't remember about it. But man, the show. So I'm gonna set the scene here. So I turned on the show, right, and I have my volume set to like 45 or whatever. And then I see Saliva is opening the show. Was it Saliva or was it Drowning Pool? I actually forget. Who opened the show?
I
They're
think it
both
was
the same.
Saliva first.
Is it Saliva
Or
first
they all-
or Drowning
Yeah,
Pool
you know what?
first?
No, it is Saliva because Drowning Pool comes later with the Triple
Okay.
H Jericho
Oh
stuff. But
yeah. Okay.
I see. They say Saliva's gonna play. I turn this shit up to 100. I fucking love. You shut the hell up. First of all, Saliva. I'll ask this question: who slaps harder, Saliva or Drowning Pool?
Papa Roach.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well,
I choose death.
I think Saliva had more hits as far as like on their album, right? They had more radio play than Drowning Pool did.
I only know the WWE songs.
Oh, you know what?
I mean, they
Okay.
had a bunch.
That's all I
I don't
know.
know any.
That's all I know. Yeah.
It's such a
I got nothing.
Whichever
I
one
don't
made
even-
whichever band made Stacy Keibler dance, then I guess that's the best one. Was that
feel
Drowning
like it's
Pool?
a lot of
That part was
That's
pretty cool.
Drowning Pool.
That was
That's
Drowning
Drowning
Pool?
Pool.
Okay, the Drowning Pool's better.
There we go. There we go. But more on Drowning Pool later. Don't worry. But yeah, the show. So it starts out with an Intercontinental title match. Got William Regal, the champion, versus RVD. I don't remember this match at all, first of all. But I was watching it back, and I thought it was a pretty damn good match. What about you guys?
Agreed.
I would
I-
I would have to say this match was like the fluffer for porn.
Go on. I'm listening.
Well, with the obvious joke of William Regal reaching down his pants not once but twice,
Mm-hmm.
and the second time he kind of lingered pretty long, trying to unhook his like ball clasp or something, So,
His what?
yeah, it felt like a fluffer.
Well, don't just glaze over all this terminology. His ball clasp.
Yeah, his ball clasp. He
Is-
had two ball clasps, literally, aka his brass knucks, but it's basically a clasp.
So many questions. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Wait, questions. I might have answers.
No, I don't want them. You keep them to yourself. But yeah, so this is the whole deal where, or the whole era where William Regal, he's winning all of his matches with the brass knucks, like he pulls it out of his asshole seemingly, and wins all of his matches like that. And he goes for it right away, like right at the beginning of the match. But then Rob kicks it out of his hand, which is a pretty cool little spot. Regal's lip is busted open right off the bat, even though I'm pretty sure he bleeds every match that he's in. At least everyone that I've seen, he bleeds from the mouth.
He's got gum disease.
Yeah.
He is British.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a thing. But I like these two together because I feel like because Rob can bump really well and really dramatically, and then you have Regal who's doing all these suplexes. So I think the combination of Regal and his technique and like and the way he stretches them in submissions, I feel like it's a perfect match in that way.
Same. There's a couple spots in there too where I thought they were hit pretty hard. Like there's this one reverse like full Nelson that he turned into a German suplex that he just folded up like an accordion.
Yeah.
So I thought the combination of William Regal hitting that and then the flexibility of RVD, I thought that was just really good. And then there's this weird spot where like he did like a crisscross to the to RVD's like hands, and it became like a sit down slam. Which I've never seen that before until like maybe like a long time ago. But I thought that that was an innovative match too. And then speaking of lips bleeding, RVD's lips were bleeding as well.
Yeah.
So gum disease as well. I don't know. You know. So.
I was thinking RVD got a receipt from Regal from before.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like it.
All right.
That sounds like a thing that would happen for sure.
Oh, 100%.
But
I know that my expectations for this crowd was low right away because the first sign that you see during this match is it's a giant sign that says Don has big nips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, this crowd's gonna be fucking whack. But then, I didn't let that deter me from this match because you look at these two guys. You got one guy who's like a high flyer martial arts guy, and you got one guy who's a technical brawler, and he's like might be a clash of styles, but it worked for these two. These two made it work, and it's just like a testament to how good of workers these two are. You know, it worked for these two guys, and it was just everything was great, and like it was and it was just right too. The timing was just right. It wasn't too long. It was good back and forth match. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was good too.
Yeah, definitely a good match to open the show. But yeah, so Regal he got his nuts kicked out of his hand in the beginning of the match, and towards the end he goes back to the outside to try to find them, and he does find them, I think. Or no, he finds like one pair, and then the ref takes it, and then he has another pair that he pulls. Like how many? Like you said, all of his ball clasp. Yeah, no, yeah, you're
exactly.
Right. Now that I'm thinking about it, no, it makes perfect sense, Garn.
Did you guys catch the part where the ref was smelling with the nuts?
I'll have to watch that back.
It smells like crumpets.
Did you see him lick it? I saw him smell and then
Well, speaking of ref, does that ref kind of look like Zack Ryder? A high school Zack Ryder?
Which one was it? I don't remember which ref it was.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but he kind of looked like a high school Zack Ryder.
You know it.
He had half long pants, half short. Yeah. But RVD, he before Regal can use the Nux, he gets hit with a kick, and then Rob goes up for the 5-star and hits it for the win. It becomes the Intercontinental Champion. So for the first time in his career, I think he would go on to hold it a bunch of times. But yeah, I think we said pretty much all we could about this match. Any other thoughts?
I think this also starts a success for RVD.
Rob VD's correct too.
I think it starts like a placement for him in WWE. Shows that he's a guy that can kind of like carry the belt, carry his spot. Because after this, he starts having huge success later on, and then he has the Money in the Bank and becomes WWE champion, has the ECW one night stand and all that. So I think this is just like the beginning for RVD at this WrestleMania.
Yeah, in a sense, because when he debuted during the Invasion, I mean, he was red hot. I mean, that was like his peak. He was fighting Stone Cold and Kurt Angle. He's like in world title matches and stuff. This almost kind of feels like a downgrade in some ways, but he's always like on the card. Like he's always a part of the show. So in that sense, it's definitely a good thing for him. But he definitely gets solidified in the mid card for a few years. But then, like you said, Money in the Bank, and then smokes some weed and gets that taken away from him. But that's another day. But after that, we have another title match. The coveted European title is on the line. And when you think of European title, you think of the champion here, DDP versus Christian. So I just need to talk about DDP and WWE for a second. So this dude, I mean, I loved him in WCW. I love him in DDP Yoga. Loved down dogging all over the place in that, you know. But in his huge star in WCW, probably one of the biggest stars they had, and he comes to WWF and tries to rape Undertaker's wife. Yeah, that's the whole thing. We won't talk about it. And then not only does he not Michelle McCool, and not only does he fail at raping her, but he gets pinned by her in the middle of the ring, loses a match to her, and then he's just off TV for a little bit, and then he comes back with his goofy ass positivity character, the smile with his fake teeth and
Less pervy.
yes, slightly, and he has like the Britney Spears mic. It's a whole thing, and at some point he just kind of turns babyface, I guess, but. And then he's trying to help Christian, who is on a losing streak at this point. So DDP, this is all the backstory of this match. So Christian was on a losing streak, so DDP tries to help him. He helps him win a match, but then Christian betrays him, beats him up after he wins. He's like, I don't need you anymore. Now I'm winning. And that's the build-up. So, but yeah, the match actually was pretty good. It was a lot better than I expected. I think, again, like kind of like RVD and Regal, I think they kind of gelled really well together. Like all the finisher reversals, like DDPs into unprettiers and reverse DDTs and stuff. I thought it was really smooth. Definitely the most significant thing DDP ever did in his WWF career, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I thought it was a good match. DDP wins with the diamond cutter and still European champion, still holding on to that gold. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
The one thing I thought was like, it was like crowd sign mania at this match. This is like where all the signs came out for some reason. Like every time like somebody would go off to the outside part of the ring, like you saw that weird sign that said Adam loves Andre. You know, I don't know if you saw that one. That was another one that was there. There was a bunch that were there. Like it was a crazy time for that crowd. That's the one thing that took me out of this match was the crowd. I mean, in a good way, in a good way. But like you said, yeah, they had chemistry. I mean, this was the Christian looking like Christopher Lambert, Highlander type look with the long hair.
That's good. Right?
I like this Twix bar pants.
Oh, yeah.
Left Twix, right Twix, right to the face, motherfucker.
Break me off a piece. Oh, wait, Kit Kats.
I just like Christian, like playing up his heel role. Like, he's from Canada, but then he's like, I'm from Florida.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, I like that little touch,
Yeah,
it's just
brilliant.
just dig it in, like, yeah. And then like it's the same thing, like with the ending of the match too, like where that promo that DDP does, and then like Christian does a nice little like tantrum in the middle of the ring. I thought it was pretty funny. It's like he went all in on the role. He went full R-tard, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of the tantrum, I enjoyed it just because it builds up that character of just him being a whiny baby. But I always have a question: DDP's teeth or Roman Reigns' teeth?
Ooh. That's a good question.
I think like Roman's fits his physique and face more. Like they're both ridiculous, but Roman also has like a ridiculous look, kind of. And DDP just looks like a normal guy with the crazy teeth. He looks like Ross from Friends.
Yeah, I thought DDP, based off his age, it looked more like looked too much like dentures. To me. But in terms of the match itself, good psychology, good chemistry. There was a moment near the end, like it seemed like DDP forgot to cut the cutter at the end. Like there was like an awkwardly long pause of some sort, like as if, is this the next move? Oh yes, and then he does it, and then ends this match. But it was like a good 3-4 seconds of them just standing and looking at each other for a second.
It's mind games. They're trying to psych each other out, but then DDP was on the winning end of it. It's all storytelling. You just got to think a little bit. But yeah, then Christian, like you said, or DDP gets on the mic after winning, says, even though he lost in front of 67,000 people, he didn't throw a tantrum. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. The whole DDP thing he's doing here. And then, And Christian, I feel like Christian kind of just floats on for a little bit until like he faces RVD and stuff. He's another like staple in that mid card in this era, I think. But yeah, good shit. But then we go backstage we get Coach
Mhm.
interviewing The Rock, the original Paul Heyman, Kayla Braxton kind of duo here.
Yeah.
And obviously we got Rock hyping up his match with Hogan later. He says he asked Coach if he said his prayers earlier, and Coach, what did Coach say? He was like, I didn't have time, whatever. And then
I got
Rock
busy.
tells
I got
Coach,
busy or something.
yeah, as Coach does. Coach is a busy man. So The Rock makes Coach say his prayers. He gets on his knees. Coach puts his hands together and says, "What up, G?" Like, of course you would, Coach. But then, Rock, he does the Rock thing, and he does. I do like this aspect of it. He does the whole "if you smell," but as he does it, he rips his shirt off, like Hogan. So that was a good little touch. But we're not rocking Hogan yet. We're at something better. We're at Maven versus Goldust.
Oh God.
If you thought the European title was high stakes, now we're talking about the hardcore title. And I mean, this pretty much just sets up a chain of events that happen throughout the show. So Goldust comes out. He has all the gold weapons. He has like a gold trash can, a gold chair, I think, a gold shovel. He's making it his own, which I like. I like that aspect of it. But then it's kind of a botch. They like botch around the ring for a little bit. Like there's one part where Dustin or Goldust has a trash can. He like has it in front of him. And I think Maven's supposed to drop kick it into his face, but they fuck up the timing. Classic Maven. And then Goldust gets his golden shovel and does a little like pendulum thing on the apron, hits Maven in the face. Some innovative stuff in this match, but ultimately they both hit each other in the face at the same time with gold trash can lids. So Goldust gets knocked to the outside and Maven's knocked out in the middle of the ring. And then Spike Dudley comes out,
Yes.
makes the pins Maven, and wins the title, has a referee with him, because as we all know, it's the original 24/7 title. Spike Dudley pins Maven, he runs out with the title. Crash Holly's here, and he's chasing after Spike Dudley. And then, man, what did you guys think of the hardcore title in this era?
Well, the one thing I thought was damn hardcore on Goldust's bodysuit, because those ass cheeks were hanging out of there.
What?
And it's like it leaves no you can't hide anything, man. Those butt cheeks, dude. Oh my gosh, just flapping. But the one thing I do gotta
Are you
say.
saying?
What?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying, are you saying like the wrinkles in his outfit is actually his skin?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Growing up, I didn't realize it was a bodysuit. Like when I was a kid, I never really thought of it. I never really thought, why isn't his penis there or anything? I just thought he was painted in gold. So it's not the craziest thing.
It's there.
No.
Oh, it's there. The penis is there. It's there. But I
That's the
gotta
title of
say,
this episode,
you know
The
how
Penis
you
is
were.
there.
No, but like you were saying about the mistiming, there was a point in the match where they were gonna do a catapult, like Goldust was gonna catapult in Maven into the gold trash can, and they completely missed it. And then he got up and they tried to redo it and they fucked it up again. It was just that's the biggest GetCho on there. How could you miss a catapult, man?
Usually a catapult, you're supposed to catapult to a corner, but they catapult in the middle of the ring to bounce off the ropes. It didn't make sense there. And you could clearly tell it was Maven's experience is just kicking in high gear here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean this dude's fresh off a Tough Enough. He won it less than a year ago. And I don't even know what he did because he'd already did the thing where he eliminated Undertaker from the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then he doesn't really do anything, I feel like, until 2004. Isn't that the time when they won the Survivor Series match and each guy had an opportunity to be GM?
Oh, yeah.
That's the only other thing I remember from Maven. Then he turned
Yeah, that's the
heel
same
and beat
thing
up
too.
Eugene. What a career this Maven had. What a career. But yeah, more hardcore action throughout the show. Don't worry, everybody. But then we get Drowning Pool performing. And they're performing their song Tearaway. And they're in the background, on the Titantron, is the story of Chris Jericho versus Triple H, which is the main event of this show for some reason. Let me ask you guys this. What do you guys remember of the build to Triple H versus Chris Jericho?
I remember the renewing the vow
Right.
portion.
Oh,
When
that's right.
I'm a big fan. I've always been a big fan of Jericho, so I followed it. So when Stephanie was trying to I think when Triple H was trying to turn babyface, and then Stephanie was trying to keep him heel, I guess, and doing the whole renewing your vows, and she's pregnant, kind of a storyline, and then Triple H finding out that it was all lies, like divorcing, and then using Jericho and then Stephanie using Jericho to get back at Triple H. So in terms of the long build storyline, yeah, I got that part. But yeah, if it was someone who just watched it, it's like, oh, okay, they're married, yeah, okay, and they broke up, yeah.
I'm impressed that you remember that much, because I didn't remember anything about like how they got to this match.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're spot on with everything. Triple H comes back. He's a monster babyface, and Stephanie's one of the biggest heels at this point. So there's obviously a clash there. They're not getting along. They're bickering in the middle of the ring. Stephanie tells him she's pregnant, but here's the thing: she isn't really pregnant. And like you said, Triple H finds this out, right before they go to renew their vows. Calls her a bitch, throws her on the ground, throws his ring at her, all that stuff. So they file for divorce, and this is when Stephanie aligns with Jericho to try this whole thing. It's more like the match should have been Triple H versus Stephanie McMahon. To be honest.
Exactly.
Because that's what the majority of the build was. Jericho was like definitely an afterthought. It was like he's like Miz when it was John Cena versus Miz, and it was The Rock was the referee or whatever. Like it was that kind of dynamic for sure.
Right. But you see how you see how much it's like in pattern with today's wrestling. Jericho as an afterthought. I mean, it's just like today.
At least he doesn't have little bitch tits like he does. But but yeah, then Jericho. He also runs over Triple H's dog on a Raw, which is a thing. That's
Wait,
a real.
what?
No, all right, so Triple H and Stephanie, he doesn't kill the dog. He like breaks his leg or something. But so Triple H and Stephanie, like they're in the middle of divorce, so they're like bringing each other like the whole deal like in every sitcom where they like have a box of each other's things. It's like, oh, I brought all your stuff. And then but Triple H, he's like, I want my dog. So they bring the dogs out on Raw. It's like a little shitty pit bulldog thing. And but Stephanie is a heel, so she doesn't want to give up the dog. And how does it even? At one point, like Triple H, he takes the dog for a walk. This is all happening on our wrestling show, by the way, on Raw. And he gets caught up with something. I don't remember what, but he ties the dog to a car and to go take care of his business, whatever it is. And then at some point, Jericho like backs out. Man, Justin hates dog torture, I guess. Is he still there?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Jericho runs over his dog, and then it's a whole thing. But yeah, that was one element that I don't remember. That's how they build to the WrestleMania main event.
When did Triple H become like Tori Wilson here, carrying dogs around?
Rene Dupree looking ass.
Frankie Monet.
Like, but then Frankie, there you go. R.I.P. her career. Anyway, so.
Oh man, too soon. Too soon.
Whack.
Too late.
Too late. You just gave me a flashback of like it was. Right, like with Big Boss Man, like cooking like Al Snow's dog or something.
Yeah.
So Dodo, he's done some fucked up shit, but what else is new, right?
Yeah. I guess it's progress. It's not quite boiling a dog and feeding it to somebody.
Exactly. No dogs were harmed in this storyline. God, okay.
I was trying to think of a road dog joke, but I couldn't because he's not here, so it wouldn't make sense. But speaking of road
he's
dog,
out serving the Capitol.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. We found it. But speaking of storming the Capitol, backstage, Al Snow is storming in a golf cart. Put your headphones on, Charlie. Put your goddamn headphones on. Thank you. So Crash Holly and Spike Dudley, remember from the hardcore hullabaloo earlier, they're still going at it backstage. Right in front of a weird wall of cardboard boxes.
Yes.
Don't know why they're there. No one's asking any questions of why this pyramid of like who's building this big ass fort backstage.
Yep.
So Crash and Spike are going at it, and Al Snow comes in with a golf cart, tries to run them over. He's trying to murder people to become the hardcore champion of the world. So, but he misses and runs into this wall of hardcore cardboard boxes. He's buried in cardboard, and as if this wasn't fucking stupid enough, now the hurricane flies in.
Yeah.
Quite literally, he Go Diego goes in there like on a.
Wait, did they do the sound effect when he flies in?
Yes, they did.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
First of all, it's not a sound effect. He flies. That's the noise flying makes.
It just happened.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. Hurricane Helm flies.
He flew in there.
Sugar Shane Helm doesn't fly.
There it is. This
All
is
right,
not
Gregory
Sugar Shane.
Helm doesn't fly.
Helms. Drop kick Spike in midair and makes the pin. So now Hurricane is your new hardcore champion. I mean, this is no Byron Saxton rolling up Corey Graves, but I thought it was a pretty cool little deal back here, huh?
It was something.
It did happen.
Yeah.
If nothing else. It was a thing that happened. But also, speaking of things that happened, so did Kane versus Kurt Angle.
Yes.
It's it's funny to me, like watching WrestleManias. It's like very clear. Like there's certain matches where it's like, oh shit, we don't have anything for these two people. Oh, just throw them in a match together. We'll think of something. And then because like what was it, like Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley a few years ago? They had like no storyline, but it's like
oh yeah.
Throw them in there, have a match.
I think I kind of remember this. The storyline they tried to build on this one, I believe, was Kane prevented Kurt Angle from winning the title.
Yeah.
Or winning the Royal Rumble.
So
I think it was the number one contender thing.
Or something like that.
Something like that.
So Triple H eliminated Kurt Angle to win the Rumble, and then at No Way Out, Triple H and Kurt Angle had a match with that WrestleMania main event on the line.
Yep.
And Kurt Angle actually won that. So Kurt Angle for a little bit was going to main event WrestleMania, but then they had a rematch of that on Raw, and I believe that's the match where Kane cost him the match, and that's where Triple H won and why he's in the main event here. But yeah, so there's a bit of a story, I guess. But I mean, the match itself, honestly, and this is kind of a theme throughout like a lot of these matches on this show, it was a lot better than I expected.
Yes. Yep.
Kane and Kurt Angle. Kurt comes out, he grabs a mic and he says, if I won my gold medals like the figure skating team that Canada did, I'd shoot myself in the freaking head.
Yep.
It's like, ugh, doesn't age well, but
or does it?
Maybe it does. We'll see. But the big Kurt calls him the big red, white, and blue machine, which is pretty clever. It's pretty clever. But yeah, the Kane comes out, he does this whole fire thing, and then right before the match can even start, Kurt Angle gets in there with the ring bell, clocks Kane in the back of the head with it, and then kind of just attacks the head. Man, if there's a drinking game for this match, it would be drink every time the commentator said head trauma.
Yes. I was saying exactly. I took it right there. I would have fucked the hell up. Let's do it anyway.
Well, the thing I got from this match was that they had really good chemistry, I thought, and they were hitting really hard on this match too. And like, even though, like you said, like this kind of was like just something to put together, they put their all in this match.
For sure, yeah.
You know, like people forget how athletic Kane was back in the day, and he's there hanging with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle just had a great match WrestleMania 17 with Redacted, who we don't even want to talk about. You know.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I thought these were two guys at their prime that were doing really good. They had that spot where Kane was at the top of the ring, And Kurt Angle jumped up there. He did that like belly to the back suplex off the top.
That's crazy.
That was dope. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, props. You know.
I was just thinking about the beginning, how you mentioned the beginning of the match with the ring bell. I was thinking about like if the only in WWE were like, well, here let me give you an example. What if in the UFC before the bell rings, like fucking like Chuck Liddell runs in there with a chair and just brains the living daylights out of somebody, and then sure enough the ref's like, well, happened before the bell.
Head trauma.
All right, let's go. Let's fight.
Head trauma.
Yeah, exactly. And then Joe Rogan's like, oh, head trauma. You know what I mean? That's just the only funny thing I had to say about this match, because the ref clearly saw the ring bell spot, but he's like, oh, well, you know,
All you gotta do.
ring, so
it's an advertised match. You can't we could disqualify him. It's WrestleMania.
Let it go.
Head trauma.
Like Frozen, let it go. Sorry. Bad joke number 2. But like the only reason why I didn't bitch about it too much is it worked for the match, because it created that story of the comeback. You know, like that. You know what I mean? Like the whole match, like he was hurt because of the ring bell. So it worked for this match, but I was like, come on.
Right.
But still, awesome match. Suplex City for sure.
Yeah. In terms of Kurt Angle, it was a great way to show his MMA side. He, at the time, he was more technical doing suplexes. This is more hard hitting clotheslines, punches, and like ground and pound, almost slightly ground and pounds. I kind of miss the whole like mystique of Kane too, because you know how Kane has gone through worse belt shots to the head, and then he'll just do that whole get up right away kind of deal, and you didn't see that at all with this one. I don't think
he's definitely very humanized at this point.
So that was I kind of missed that part with Kane. I'm not sure, I forgot what happened after Kane. I think if Kane was like going through another change.
Yeah, Kane and Vic.
Not quite yet, but we're getting there.
Not quite.
Do you guys
okay?
Do you guys remember that it's like a famous promo where it's like Kane, Hogan, and The Rock backstage, and it's like the Canaanites. Like this is like right before that.
Okay,
it might literally be the Raw after this WrestleMania where that happens, or the SmackDown or whatever. So that's where we're at with Kane. He's very he's silly Kane, isn't he? Fun.
Yeah. And the only downside to this match, I think the ending was a little bit sloppy. Especially that roll up was kind of like they struggled to roll. Kane struggled to roll back onto.
They definitely didn't practice that. That's for sure. It was very much like, it was like a victory roll, but they had to make it. They had Kurt. He wins by rolling up Kane and holding onto the ropes. So, but he rolls him up like in the middle of the ring. So he has to like transition so that his feet and his arms are like by the ring. It was a really sloppy finish. Kane's shoulders were like 5 miles off the mat, but it is what it is. Really good match. And you know, Kane, who's the babyface here, like how are you gonna get sympathy on this big bastard? Well, by attacking him before the match and then kicking him in the head really hard in the beginning and suplexing him everywhere. So I thought everything about it was really good. But yeah, and like you said, we're kind of transitioning into Kurt as like we're almost at bald Kurt here. Charlie hates bald Kurt, so that's why he left. I understand.
He took that off like
it makes him think
it
of the
looked like the
bestiality
headphones
thing.
were trying to choke him, and
Did Charlie just take a headshot?
Yeah. Does he have head trauma?
Is that trauma? He's watching the match right now and he's just filling up his shots right now.
He better be. But yeah. So after that, we get more Hurricane. So Hurricane, he runs. He's the champion. Remember, the hardcore champion. He's running around. He doesn't want to get pinned. So where does he hide? Well, the women's locker room. He's in, he gets in there. There's nobody in there, but then he hears some women's voices coming. So he hides behind the little, what do you call it? A little partition.
It's like a dress screen. It's like a dress screen or something like that.
Partition, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So it's like it's like a white thing. There's a light so you can see his silhouette. Charlie, is that the sound of your erection?
Say what?
We're about to talk about
You're about to talk about what?
your erection.
Oh, sorry. Like
Are you a grower or a shower?
No, it's anything that's to do with Ric Flair. I just get really like ragingly horny. I don't know why.
You got to go fluff up. You fluff up on camera.
You guys, I did not mean for you to see that. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
erection, Charlie.
I was just,
You need those William Regal ball class.
God damn.
This guy loves a good ball class.
I was just excited as Tommy Dreamer seeing Ric Flair's penis.
Oh,
Well,
Guys, take a shot every time you hear the word ball class.
it's already 3.
but
We're having a ball class.
Let's
speaking of erections, so Hurricane has an erection here in this segment when he hides behind. So first of all, why does he have a broom?
Yeah.
Hurricane. Was that ever explained? Like, he didn't have it in the previous segment, but now all of a sudden he's holding a broom.
Right.
Is that how he flies? Maybe.
I guess he's really a witch.
I thought he grabbed it because he heard a noise. That's what because he grabbed the first thing he saw. It was a broom right by the door.
So he's gonna use his broom to attack the women coming into the locker room. But he goes behind.
Floats his boat, man.
So Hurricane, he goes behind the little dress screen so you can see his like shadow, and then the Godfather walks in. Oh, I'm sorry, not yet. The Godfather's escorts walk in, not his hoes, his escorts, because they don't do hoes anymore. That's too crass.
Right.
They're now as escorts.
Bitches.
Bitches, yes. So these 4 ladies of the evening walk in. They're all I guess this is what women talk about. They're all like, "Are these too big? Are these implants too big?" That's like a whole thing. And Hurricane's behind it's the whole Austin Powers thing where he has the broom and it's his penis, right? Because it's like, right?
Yeah.
Too far away.
Please
But,
show us. I can't really. I need some visual.
Are you using a kendo stick? I knew
There we
it.
go.
Right? So he's doing this whole thing. Right, folks? And
If there's a gifable moment on this show right now,
Now for the podcast
like
members,
so
he's
Hurricane's
clearly holding a kendo stick near between his legs,
Yeah, there we go.
erect,
There we go. Narrate it.
while caressing it.
and here comes the midget.
So Godfather comes in. So no. So Godfather comes in, right? And then Hurricane's back here. Godfather comes behind the screen and he starts yanking it. And then Hurricane comes, and then we're off to the next match. So, anyways, but do you guys remember even like have any recollections of this era of the Godfather?
Not this era. No. I thought he was done. I totally forgot that he was
should have
still
been.
here.
He should have been Papa Shango at this
Oh.
point in his career.
There you go.
Might as well have. Because it was such like a watered down version of like when he was popular, because it was like a very like subdued, like, oh yes, fuck these women. Like there's no entertainment, there's no hoe train element to it. It's just, I don't know. But speaking of dicks, we got a Ric Flair match next. It's a no DQ match. So it's the Undertaker versus Ric Flair. So the backstory here, for anyone unaware, is that the Undertaker wanted a match with Ric Flair at WrestleMania. This all started building at No Way Out, the pay-per-view before this. But Flair was too committed to his roles as the 50-50 co-owner of the WWE or the WWF. So he didn't want to do it. He was like kind of, I guess, semi-retired or whatever. So Taker, to get that, he didn't take no for an answer. So 1 week he beats up Arn Anderson, bloodies him in the ring, who was Flair's best friend, but Flair's still like, nah, don't really care about him that much, I guess. So this forces Undertaker to go beat up Ric Flair's son in a shower. That's all you gotta say about that one. So when your son gets beat up in a shower, you gotta accept a match at WrestleMania. So that's where we're at there. And so Undertaker is 9-0 at this point at WrestleMania. I think this is the first time they ever bring it up. No? Or have they ever brought it up?
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe in passing, but this is like the first time where it's like a thing. Because he's going for 10-0 here. But yeah, this match was it was something. Lots of blood. Lots of blood. I think it was the only, but what I did like about it is I think it was the only match with blood on this show, unless I'm forgetting one.
Purposeful blood.
Yes.
Not like accidental in the mouth blood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, other than Regal's lips, but that's to be expected. But yeah, what stuck out to you guys in this match?
I thought, okay, so douchebaggery aside, and blue line matters aside, at the time. So if we're just looking at the two wrestlers, at that time, 2002, I thought that what this match did for Ric Flair, I thought was really good, because remember at that time, he got a lot of he was feeling really depressed as a wrestler at that time, because he got pretty much phased out by Eric Bischoff, and he wasn't used correctly during that time when they had NWO and everything. So at that time, Ric Flair was feeling like he was nobody. Asking people am I still good enough? Am I still worthy enough? And all this shit. And so taking on this match with Taker was kind of like a rebirthing of the Nature Boy kind of. So I thought at this stage, at this moment, I thought it was great for Ric Flair. And I thought it was good for, the American Badass Undertaker. It was a good match. It was just a fight. Dog dirty fight. They used the pipes. They used the bike. So
laying pipe.
And then, acknowledged 10 in a row. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
The only thing I had to say about this match was the ref bump part. So for some reason this ref kept getting in Taker's face. So what did Taker do? He lifted the motherfucker up and slammed his lower back right into the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught that. He just lifted him up. He's like, "Here's your lower back," and then sure enough, the ref bump goes down. Right. So ref goes down. Arn Anderson's like, "This is my shot. Hopefully I don't get disqualified." So he runs in there and he tries to interfere in this fucking match. And then I'm gonna give Lawler credit too, because Lawler goes in there. He's like, "This horseman needs to be in the glue factory."
I didn't catch that. That's fucking hilarious.
I didn't get that.
That shit made me laugh. I was like, "All right, Lawler, you win this round, motherfucker." No ramen noodle moonsault lines tonight, so we're good, dumbass. But sorry, that was my favorite part. The unnecessary ref bump, because come on. I mean, why do we keep doing ref bumps in a DQ match?
And he could have just punched him, but no, he had to pick him up and make him do a full on bump into the corner.
Yeah, he just who does it? I'm mad at you. Lift you up. Yeah.
That's not what you do in a street fight. You don't hit him with a snapmare and then put on a rear naked choke.
You start off with an arm wringer. You just twist his arm. And he goes, "Ah, ah."
Why are you selling? This is a fight.
Oh yeah. I hate you, dog. Let's go.
Gotta make you look good though.
But I'll add on to what Justin said. It was a good drag out fight. It's cool to see two bloody guys going at it, even though their average age was maybe 62. But it was still a good match.
Anyways, just to back up on the whole ref bump. That ref was Lil Nate. So I thought in terms of storyline, if the ref gets attacked by your opponent, your opponent, you probably would try to do a fast count for Ric Flair, just to be like, "Hey, this guy's screwed me over." But he remained impartial, even though he got repeatedly.
He's a goddamn professional.
Undertaker. So, I thought it would have been much more fun if he tried to do a fast count, and then Undertaker gets really pissed off, and then a new ref comes in, destroys Lil Nate, and then new ref comes in. Also, Arn Anderson, he bled so easily. he bled after one punch.
Don't get hot about it.
Did he just want it to be like, "Oh, Ric Flair did it. I can do it right now." Well, what the hell? It didn't make sense for him to bleed at all.
Some people just bleed, man. Don't have to get all hot about it.
Oh.
You don't have to shame him.
I'm bleeding now. Yeah, just one little punch. Yeah.
He's a bleeder. What did you say?
Bleeder, blader, yeah, same thing. Also, props to Jay Williams, Jerome Williams, and Will Sasso in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
For those basketball fans. Junkyard.
They were, the Toronto Raptors, right?
Yeah.
Jason Williams, yeah, he was on the Toronto Raptors, yeah.
Yeah, so that was interesting. And then that I always wonder about this. This is random, but Ric Flair always comes out with really, really nice robes for every matches. How come his tights are so shitty?
Oh, that's true.
That's a good point.
That's true.
The motherfuckers, because he is wearing a diaper. He's wearing it depends.
Is that the problem? They just don't fit, right? Is that your issue?
It kind of does look like, like an 80s like black
like
woman.
granny panties.
Yeah, exactly. Motherfucker with Daisy Dukes coming into the ring.
Well, what would you guys prefer Ric Flair wear then? A singlet?
Well, if I was Tommy Dreamer, nothing,
Just
a robe. Just a robe.
There it is.
He would look like Gold Dust with those wrinkles coming. Oh shit, that is a cock. Oh god.
Lengthwise, it'd just be like when Hurricane had the broom, but like that's actually the length,
I'm not gonna get Justin talking about Goldust's cheeks. I'm not gonna get that out of my head for the next week.
Stupid, sexy Gold Dust.
This goddamn Goldust and his delicious, luscious cheeks just all in my face. But yeah. But anyways, Undertaker versus like you guys said, it was a brawl, a bloody brawl. I mean, the one thing that caught me off guard in this match, that top rope superplex.
Yeah.
Considering the guys, I mean, they're obviously younger at this point, but they're not like super young, especially Ric Flair. So to see them do a top rope superplex, and it hit beautifully, by the way.
Yes.
And that's like really Ric Flair's first big bump since coming back, because like Justin said, like he had been kind of you could tell he lost confidence. Like we hear it in interviews and stuff, but if you watch the Raws and SmackDowns, it doesn't look like Ric Flair. I mean, it does in some ways, but there's definitely like something missing. But I agree. I think this kind of kickstarts a little more confidence in him, and then we're only a few months away from him and Triple H, I think. So and then it's like full on woo, that fella helicopter swinging Flair. That we got that back. Which, by the way, we're only at this point. It's like a month or two from that.
Oh, that's right.
From hell. So that's what he looks like.
Is that where his confidence went? Like, before he was able to get girls, and now he's got to force himself on them.
Yeah.
It's all fault. It's all his fault now.
Now I gotta force him to touch it. Woo! Bitch ass motherfucker. You're a legend. You're a legend.
Do you think Flair was trying to force Undertaker to touch it by not getting lifted up for that last ride?
Oh god,
that's pretty.
So he had to get tombstone. Is that Flair's plan? Just to show his.
I thought Undertaker just his back gave out or something.
Yeah.
Or he got hit by the head by Ric Flair's dick. Either or.
That happens. That tends to happen. But tombstone so Undertaker, he goes for the last ride like twice, can't get him up. Just miscommunication, or maybe they just wanted to set up for the tombstone. Who knows? But tombstone onto Flair. Taker gets the win. The iconic 10-0 as he's on the apron. Doesn't he punch Little Nate again, like after the match? Like, why? Yes. For what reason?
Good count.
Dick.
Great ref.
Great count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so good shit there. But fuck, man.
maybe Little Nature's a liberal.
Yeah. Get away from me! You're vaccinated. Oh.
It's like, vaccinated from what? Don't worry about it.
You'll find out later.
I'm from the future.
Blue eyes fair. What?
What does that mean? Man.
Why you gotta be so woke?
Oh, well. You know who is woke? You know who's woke?
Don't do it. Don't do it, Kyle. Don't do it.
It's Booker T. Booker T's woke.
Oh, God.
Best transition man in the game.
That's what they call me. But so we got Booker T here backstage getting interviewed by Michael Cole. Got LFO 98 degrees looking ass Michael Cole with his blonde tips, and Booker T is wearing glasses, like he's in his ring gear, but he's just wearing glasses. And I guess it's because Edge called him stupid the week before, so he's like, "No, I'm not. Look at my glasses." And Booker T's like, "Man, I ain't stupid." And then he does the whole thing. He's like, he brags about how he aced the SAT. He graduated first in his class, and he had a thesis on the theory of relatives. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a very stupid build for a WrestleMania match. Well, I'll correct you on that because there's another layer to this onion. Edge, I guess, beat out Booker T on a Japanese shampoo commercial deal. And it was literally like one segment on one Raw, and then they just kept harping on that for like a fucking 2 months after that. And now we have a WrestleMania match, so high stakes. And the match is what it is. Again, pretty good match. There's a weird part where Edge, I guess he's going for like a Hurricane Rana, but I think Booker T thought it was going to be a power bomb, so like Edge flips. So Edge like flips, but Booker T doesn't go. But then he like flips late, and then they land like ass to ass on each other. It looked really weird.
Shout out to Jim Ross. He's like, Booker T trying to resist it.
What a pro!
He was so quick on it.
I was
like
he knew.
He knew they're gonna fucking botch. He's like, watch this shit. They're about to botch. Let me cover these two motherfuckers. I got them.
But yeah, solid match. Edge goes for a spear. He misses, hits the turnbuckle. Booker T then hits the little axe kick, and then the crowd goes bananas for the spin-a-rooney. Booker T, the biggest pop of the whole match was for the fucking spin-a-rooney. He does it, hits the scissors kick for a 2 count, really close 2 count. Goes for the bookend onto Edge. Edge counters out, hits a spear, and then we get a little Edge-a-rooney. And then, then Edge hits the execution for the win. So I like to see like the counters, kind of similar to the Christian DDP match. I like the counters between the two. But yeah, Edge gets to win here, and I guess has the better hair at the end of it. So, thoughts?
Teddy Long was reffing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. You know, he was
kind of looked like a skinny Carl Winslow.
Oh.
That's all
I thought he was like Michael Bevins. Looked like Michael Bevins.
Malcolm Bivens.
Michael Bevins.
You think he's like itching all the time? I gotta make this a tag match.
The Undertaker already wrestled, but you can still go one-on-one with the Undertaker. Hey, Justin, whose cheeks did you like more, Edge or Booker T's?
Edge had no cheeks because I gotta say Booker T's was pretty, fluffy. It was pretty fluffy.
What was it, Charlotte Flair in the ring? What are you talking about?
This bitch ass the calves. I'm gonna use that every day for the rest of my life.
Charlotte Flair, get shown.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love her.
Oh man.
Do you now? Do you?
I'm sorry.
Do you? However, if we're gonna be this for a moment, this is kind of like it kind of starts Edge's singles run of him being taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a pretty good start, and for Booker T as well too, because I think like, does this start King Booker, or is that like a year after this?
No, it's like
a while.
5 years later.
Oh, that's
4
a
or
while
5
from
years
then.
later.
Okay.
But the next WrestleMania, Booker T's fighting for the world title, so slow.
Oh, that's right.
Slow build to that, I guess. And then Edge, what does Edge do? Yeah, I think it's right before his neck surgery, or like later in the year, or maybe
that's
early
right,
2003 or whatever.
Yeah.
because this is before the brand split. I know him and like Eddie Guerrero have a ton of great matches.
Yeah.
That's right. The SmackDown 6. That's the whole thing. So, yeah, setting up good things for both those guys, I suppose. But more good things from the Hurricane after this match, as if there wasn't enough. So he's still flying. He's flying around backstage. He's zooming. Then Jonathan Coachman pops up out of nowhere. I don't know where this guy's like hiding in a closet somewhere. He wants a word with the Hurricane, who's the new hardcore champion. But then Mighty Molly flies in. Whoosh. It's the sidekick of the Hurricane. So Hurricane's like, oh, it's just my sidekick. Nothing to be afraid of here. So he does a little twirl, gets ready to fly away. And then Molly pulls a frying pan out of nowhere and clocks Hurricane in the back of the head with, I don't know why this made me laugh so much. Like the cling noise it made.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But yeah. So Molly Holly knocks out the Hurricane, pins him. And we have a new hardcore champion and Mighty Molly. Good stuff, right?
You were good for her.
Excellent.
Good for her. I'm gonna reserve my jokes. I'm just gonna sit this one out, guys.
I can't even remember if she was the first female who won the hardcore title that time.
She might have been. I can't remember. Maybe like Jacqueline or
That
somebody.
era?
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, it's either her or Ivory, something like that.
Because yeah,
China didn't have it. China didn't have it at all.
I don't think.
so.
Because like 2001, so the year before this, the hardcore title was actually not. They didn't change hands that often. Like RVD held it for like several months, and then like Steve Blackman held it for a while, and so it's only now reverting back to like the 24/7 deal that we see now. But yeah, but it doesn't last too much longer. I don't think. I think it only maybe a few more months. But we have Stone Cold versus Scott Hall up next. So what did you guys think of the NWO in WWE during this run? Same. They were there.
Why?
Yeah.
Horrible.
It was
No, I think it was just bad timing because NWO was just there was no other faction that could really go against them. There wasn't like a DX there.
right.
It would have been better if there was like if NWO versus DX for sure, but they brought that like 30 years later and WrestleMania was so it's like it was just bad timing,
Yeah.
I would say, if anything.
They were
It had potential if there was another faction, to go against them, but without that they're remnants of what's.
I think MWO worked so well the first time is because it was just so real. Like, you didn't think you would see Hall and Nash come into the WCW, and it was just so like amazing. Like it was like that like third wall like breaking or fourth wall breaking in front of you. So they had that mystique. But now it's like they've been in WWE for a while, and like and then like Vince McMahon's like, I'm gonna shake things up by bringing them back. Like it's like, kinda like it just
Or Vince McMahon purposely did it to just kill them off for good because it was a Bischoff creation.
True.
yeah.
That's probably it.
But whichever way, it just still lost its luster. I mean, so it's like it was cool back then, and then like I think WCW did a good job of killing NWO on their own when they brought the Wolfpack and they brought LWO, then there was AWO with the Asian World Order, and there was which was the Young Dragons, which had Jamie Noble, those fuckers. But
Wait, is that,
but anyway, like
is that real? Is that real?
No, I'm making that up. But
I didn't watch WCW at that point. It's like, wait, what? I need to go back. And
no,
check this
it
out.
was a tag team called the Young Dragons, and it did have Jamie Noble in a mask.
Jamie-san.
Yeah,
I love
It was
that.
Jamie-san. Yeah, I know. I mean, you couldn't find one motherfucking
It was a
Asian.
tag team of Asians with Jamie Noble, and they're
Hey, he's wearing a mask. Just
They might as well bring out Virgil and call him Asian. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, anyway, that's why like it kind of lost its luster. But hey, like this match I thought was still pretty good. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was super hard hitting. I don't know what got into these two, but they were popping the living daylights to each other. Were they like having an argument to see like who's the real, like the best real alcoholic in the match?
That should have been the storyline. It should have been a beer on a pole match.
Yeah. No, my liver's smaller.
Yeah, dude. Like the NWO. I mean, like you guys said it. Like they lost their luster. It really just felt like three old guys coming out there in New Balance shoes. Like
Yes.
like they weren't threatening at all. Like it's not like the NWO where it was like you said, it was like these outsiders that came in and they're like breaking the fourth wall. They're not worried about whatever else is happening. Like they're just here to wreck shit. Like now they're just here. There's three guys with leathery skin. Like we're here, you know. So this wasn't believable.
Luchasaurus.
Yeah. That's what NWO needed. It's a dinosaur.
they had three of them.
Touche. But yeah, the match itself, it was again pretty good. Definitely a brawl.
I'd like to.
Is the whole deal with Scott Hall comes out and then he brings out Kevin Nash with him. It's a whole dramatic reveal, even though I think everybody kind of expected it. But the match is kind of formatted like almost like a handicap match. Like the whole match is literally like Scott Hall. He'll put Austin like leaning up against the ropes, and then Scott Hall will distract the ref. And then while the ref's distracted, Kevin Nash will come in and punch Austin, and that's a majority of the match. Do we lose Justin? See, Justin hates the NWO. He doesn't even want to talk about it. But yeah, so and at one point Nash takes off the turnbuckle pad, and Scott Hall whips Austin into it. But Austin fights back with a stunner, and then this cracked me up. So Austin hits a stunner. He goes for the pin, but Nash has to run. You don't see Kevin Nash run ever, especially at this point. He has to sprint all the way around the ring to rip the ref out of the ring, and then.
And that's why he has new hips.
Tore his quad on every corner of the ring. And so they double team on Stone Cold for a bit. But Austin fights back and hits them both with a stunner. But the ref's still knocked out on the outside. But a new ref slides in. So Austin pins Scott Hall, or he goes for the pin. Then Kevin Nash comes in and just hilariously just gives the ref an elbow drop, like unnecessary. Like he could have just like pulled him out of the ring again, but he has to do on a full on, people's elbow on him. Then Scott Hall goes for a stunner of his own, but then Austin reverses and is finally able to hit the stunner, and probably one of the best sells of the Stone Cold stunner ever. I think that's all anybody remembers about this match, but rightfully so. It was amazing. So crowd was into it. Stone Cold wins, and is this not his last WrestleMania, but second to last WrestleMania match here. So, yeah. What else did you guys think about this match?
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I think the match survived on like how many stunners? Like 4 stunners almost?
There's a lot of them, yeah.
There was a lot of them. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was like a competition of who wore the leather vest the best, but it wasn't bad though. I mean, I know the both of them said that like it could have been better than what they wanted, but they both showed up to work in a bad attitude, but it didn't really show in the match, if you ask me. So I thought it was okay.
Yeah, because it was kind of portrayed as like the secondary match to Rock and Hogan, which rightfully so. But yeah, I could see those guys being pretty irked about that.
Yeah.
I want to give props to Hall and Nash because they played their roles well. Like, they were selfless, and then they made Steve Austin look strong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, because basically it's supposed to be 2-on-1, and Austin was still able to beat the shit out of both of them, stun the shit out of both of them, come out as the hero, makes him look super strong, and like these two guys still don't lose. They don't, they're Hall and Nash. They could get away with looking like shit, but still be Hall and Nash. So I that's why I love the storytelling of it at least.
Yeah, for sure.
I was kind of more impressed with Scott Hall's athleticism, especially I think at this time. Mm-hmm. He with his obviously drug problems, and so he either was sober or he found an even amount of drugs to use to be pretty good in this match. Either way,
more uppers than downers today.
Like, oh, you must be snorting too much coke or not enough. Kind of deal.
Oh no.
Overall, it was a good match. Kevin Nash really followed his role, like Charlie said, and then props to Stone Cold using Canadian beer.
Oh, I didn't notice that. What kind of beer was it?
It was clearly Canadian because it was not a Budweiser.
What you got, Charlie? Charlie, what you got?
I was gonna say non-alcoholic.
Maple syrup, huh?
I don't know what Canadian beer actually.
Here it is.
Oh,
it's zero proof.
But yeah, good match there. Better than I thought it would be. But okay. So after that, they show I was gonna ignore this part, but I fucking can't. So WWF Access. Right? So I guess it's the debut of it. That's what it seemed like. And so it's this whole like, what do you call it? Not a banquet. What's the word? It's like a big place for everybody to go, like
convention center.
Convention. It's a big convention. So everybody's like signing autographs. You can like call a match with Taz. Like, gee, this is some cool shit. But then there's one part with Stacy Keibler.
Oh yeah.
So it's 2002.
Where's Justin with the Goldust ass joke?
We'll put it in post.
What? Yeah, exactly. Why don't they have like gold stuffs like front side so people can like feel on it?
You know what? That's why Goldust only has one D in his name, not Goldust. Yep.
So they have a statue of Stacy Keibler's asshole. It's a back shot, I guess, for legs, and it's like the bottom cheeks. Is that what you call them? And her skirt. So like when she gets into the ring through the second rope, but it's a statue of just her lower body. And people are like taking pictures with it, like putting their hands on it. Who knows what they didn't show? I mean, I have a few ideas, but it's for a different episode. And instead they, I guess,
smacking a raw.
Yeah. Oh, here he is. Here, I'll ask him.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Hey Justin, did you see the WWF Access promo with Stacy Keibler's legs?
Yes, when they showed the statue and everything.
Who had better cheeks, Stacy Keibler or Goldust?
Well, I mean, I still gotta go Goldust. That was his real cheeks, man.
Wait, hold on. It's Stacy's real cheeks. Well, I guess not real, but it's like based off.
No, those are like tinfoil. Those are fake. You know what I'm saying?
But it looks like it does. No.
Is it
but with Goldust, you can actually see the rings. You can actually see it move. You know.
Do you think so? Should they have made the statue of Goldust his asshole?
I think it should have just been really Stacy Keibler's ass if they really wanted to.
Oh, so you think Stacy Keibler should have just bent over and had people take pictures? That's smart, actually. We'll save money on the statue. But then they asked Stacy Keibler about it, I guess, and she's like, she's so clearly uncomfortable with it. She's like, it's very interesting to see how people are posing with my legs and butt.
Oh my.
Man.
I don't know why they thought that was a smart idea to have her like ass as a statue. And
well,
then not have anybody else's also, you know.
Oh, so that's your problem with it, is that they only had one ass.
They only
where's Ivory?
Where's Rikishi's?
Wait, you want equal ass opportunity?
Yes.
Exactly. Yes, every ass should be represented. Where's Linda's?
Not enough brass to like make those like.
Is it too early for Kiss My Ass Club?
Can I tell you something?
Like
Something tells me. Now I'm just going off of pure speculation. Something tells me that Linda McMahon is pretty caked up.
Oh, come on.
I feel like it's not the worst. You know? No one's with me on this. Okay.
Like an episode of Nailed It.
I'm with you.
Well, I'm all fluffed up now. So now we can talk about Billy and Chuck. And
Oh God. Oh God.
So we have the WWF World Tag Team titles on the line. It's a 4-way, huh? Elimination match. So we got the champions, Billy and Chuck, versus the APA, versus the Dudley Boys, versus the Hardy Boys. So we got Saliva's back, because we needed some more saliva, playing the Dudley Boys out to the ring, which is pretty badass, honestly. Yeah, the match actually surprisingly got a decent amount of time. Like normally, like in this era, tag matches are like kind of just throw away, like whatever, go out there in 3 minutes, do a thing. But Justin hates tag team matches. That's what I've heard.
This match was more of a 4-way than this podcast.
Oh man.
And that shows an elimination match.
Oh no. Who's next? Who's next to be eliminated?
I know.
This podcast.
All right. Gotta hold on to my Ethernet cable. I don't want to get eliminated.
This ref is losing control like the match.
Oh, here he is.
Okay.
Hey, Justin.
Yo.
Billy or Chuck?
I gotta go Billy, Mr. Ass.
Yeah, it's solid. That's a solid rationale,
Solid choice.
actually.
You know?
But Chuck Palumbo's like a
I gotta
biker.
go with my yeah,
You
that's
know?
true. That's true.
I feel like
Can I tell you guys a quick Chuck Palumbo story?
no. So this match happens.
Go.
and,
So then he had me
Yes.
locked in his basement. But anyway, I'm gonna tell it really quick. Anyway, just cause. Well, okay. I was working at the airport, and then like you see a lot of celebrities, and I see Chuck Palumbo just in there, and I was like, what's that?
A lot of celebrities, and you see.
Yeah, but okay, and Chuck Palumbo. So anyway, so then I see him, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get his autograph. But I was like studying at the time, so all I had was a math book. I was like, oh, whatever.
Of course.
So I gave him my math book. I was like, hey, can you sign this for me? I'm a big fan. And he looks at me like I'm fucking crazy because I get it. But then like he goes, you know what? I guess I'm a part of history now. And then like, and in my head, I'm like, that's a fucking math book, dude.
what a fucking idiot! Doesn't know. what kind
No,
of book
I
it is.
know, but no, he was nice enough to sign it. Like I was stupid enough to give him a textbook, and then yeah, he signed it, and that was it. That's the end of my Chuck Palumbo story.
Man,
Do you still have that textbook?
No, I didn't give it back. I forgot that it's not even my book. It's
You
in
sold
high
it back.
school.
You sold it.
it's probably an outdated edition now. It's probably been thrown out. Stupid ass.
They saw the name, they burned it.
Yeah, this little Thai child walking up to Chuck Palumbo. Of course, he's Asian and has a math book because everyone's just carrying around a math book, right? Would you karate kick your way over to him and have him?
Charlie, you just set us back 30 years.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, by the way, I love DDR. Anyway,
Yeah.
so,
You want to see my small
All right.
cock? But yeah. Anyways, the tag team match was actually pretty damn good. There's a point where so Bradshaw, he hits the clothesline from hell onto Billy, but then gets hit with a 3D. So Bradshaw's and the APA are eliminated. And then Jeff Hardy and Bubba are going at it in the ring. And this causes Stacy to get up on the apron and show her ass to Jeff, because that's what she does apparently, as per the statue. So Jeff goes over, spanks her, I think, or maybe just grabs her head and kisses her, whatever it is. And
Both.
then grabs her by the head and just shoves her off the... So unnecessary. It could have just been like a... Huh? Or didn't even have to push her off. Just kiss her and have her fall off. But he had to pie face her off the apron. But then, so the Dudleys, they tried to do the waza headbutt onto Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah.
But Chuck shoves Devon off the top rope, goes
That's
crashing
cool.
through a table. That was like, man, I forgot the table was there. They like set it up in the beginning of the match. It was actually really, really sweet looking. But inside the ring, Matt hits the twist of fate onto Bubba, and then Jeff hits the swanton to eliminate the Dudley Boys. So now it's just the Hardy Boys versus Billy and Chuck. The Hardys try to do that twist of fate swanton combination again. But before they can make the pin, Billy hits a famouser onto Jeff for a 2 count. That like the crowd pops really big for that. Like I thought that was over too, because I didn't know who won this match. But then Billy just hits Jeff in the face with the title and gets the win. So Billy and Chuck get the win. Great tag team, huh?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Horrible.
Billy? Chuck?
That,
You look so good to
that
me.
match reminded me of Garn. Remember that one? I think Justin, you were there with us too. That one Ring of Honor show that we went to when everyone kept shushing each other
Yeah.
in the middle of the match.
Yeah,
Everyone's like,
yeah.
shh.
What?
Who was that?
And, like-
Matt Sydal? Who was that? Matt Sydal and
No,
ACH?
I
Was
don't
that
remember-
ACH?
I don't remember who was wrestling, but I just remember the fans kept shushing each other throughout the whole match, and I was just I was assuming that was happening during this match because like besides the sexual assault by Jeff Hardy and any pins, there was no noise throughout this whole match.
No.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It was just pure quiet, and I was like, man, this is like a polite Japanese crowd, but no, it was a polite Canadian crowd. But other than that, the match was there.
Even when Saliva performed, like they were the noise, and then when their song was done, it was like just quiet.
Well, the crowd was burnt
Yeah.
out from Saliva because they rock so hard. Right? Who's with me?
True.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Okay.
but
Um,
speaking of rock hard, so Molly's backstage, running around backstage. She's the hardcore champion, remember? And so she runs, and a door closes on her. She runs into it because she's stupid. So she's knocked out, and Christian pops out from behind the door, pins her. So now Christian is the new hardcore champion. So, yeah. Match of the night right there.
of course. What are those doors made for?
Knocking people out. Yeah, it was like a split. It was like a
Yeah, they're
two-part
like
door.
exactly. Yeah.
I think
That's like in Joey Tribbiani's apartment. Don't they?
I was trying to because I knew it sounded familiar.
It's like, why?
That's a great call. Yeah, they were trying to install something and they saw through it, so that's probably how it was set up. So this is the point of the show. I think Rock Hogan happens after this, right?
Yes.
I think yes.
So we'll do this in the order that the show should have been. So we'll save Rock Hogan for last, and so instead of Rock Hogan, we'll talk about women's title, and we got Jazz versus Trish Stratus versus Leta. I'll be honest, I don't remember a whole lot about this match. I remember it being better than I thought it would be, but like given the people that are in the match, you have pretty good selection of women in this era. But Jazz ultimately wins with a our second rope Fisherman Buster, retains her title. Yeah. What'd you guys think of this match?
I thought there was a lot of scary bumps.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Really
Yep.
scary bumps on Leta and Trish, I think, for sure. Other than that case, it's more of a Jazz showcase, and then the fact also that one other thing, Trish had her intro cut really short, even though she's the hometown cracker.
Right.
So it's like, oh, what the.
Yada yada yada. You ladies do your thing. We got real matches. That's what they're saying, not me.
Yeah,
I love women.
But it was a lot of scary bumps, and it kind of reminded me of like when Lita and Trish had that the headliner of the Raw, and then
The main event
Lita
one.
had that
Yeah,
head bump.
yeah.
Yeah.
It had those feels too. So
Yeah, they were going after it. If nothing else,
Yeah.
you can't say they didn't put forth effort.
no.
That's the other thing too. I looked at it like they had to rush too. You know, like you said, Kyle, they're probably telling them to like, oh, hurry up, you only got whatever minutes. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
because Triple H is could finally get to dry off, and they want him to have that intro of looking really sweaty. So they're like, hey, come on, let's finish this matchup. But that was a rough one. I mean, well, give it to them like I'm gonna pick it back on Kyle. It's like, yeah, they tried. It's just that they were in the dead spot. They're in the dead spot. They just the fans just saw Rock Hogan, and this is the fluffer in between for was it Jericho or Triple H? So
Yeah.
Right.
they were in a tough spot. So kudos to these three ladies.
Well, and it's funny because like the three of them could actually have a good match together, but instead we had to
100%.
give time to Rock and Coachman. We had to do this hardcore 27, follow them around the arena. We had to give.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason, we had to give this mini concert that nobody gives a shit about,
Well, first of all, You speak for yourself. I love a good chin strap band. You know?
Oh, okay.
That they were.
That they were.
That they were.
But so before we get to Rock and Hogan, we'll talk about this match, I guess. The undisputed World Heavyweight title on the line. Chris Jericho, the champion, versus Triple H. So we talked about the backstory or lack thereof. Or I guess there was a lot. It was just dumb. So Jericho's defending the title in the main event against Triple H. Triple H, like you said, Charlie, soaking, could not be more wet if he tried to be. How do you wrestle a man who is literally like dripping?
Turkish oil wrestling. What do you think?
Turkish oil?
I've never heard of that.
As opposed
They
to
actually have a Street Fighter character based on Turkish oil wrestling.
Or you could say Pornhub. Just sound.
Okay, fine.
is this the
Shout out.
Shout out.
Damn, I forgot her name. Damn it.
who's?
Asa
who?
Akira.
No.
Asaki. Oh, yeah.
Shout out oil spills.
Such a boomer. That's your porn reference.
I almost said Kobe Tire. I'm about to date myself. I almost said it. Lexington Steel.
Hell no. Hell
Well,
no.
I don't know how we segue from a 12-inch penis to this match, but
Skinny Ron Jeremy.
there it is.
Sorry.
This should have just been Stephanie versus Triple H. I mean, that's what the build was. And again, like, this is a pretty forgettable match other than the spot where Triple H pedigrees Stephanie, which is what they've been building up to for months, really. And then, obviously, the finish. Triple H hits Jericho with the pedigree, gets the win, new undisputed champ. And I feel like everybody kind of figured they were trying to build it up like Jericho re-injured Triple H's quad. They were saying that Triple H's quad was hanging on by a thread, which does it just regenerate now that he's champion? Is that how it works? But yeah, solid match, but forgettable, and obviously suffered from Rock Hogan, I think.
Right. I think that kind of becomes like the theme for Triple H trying to main event WrestleMania. Like, someone always takes like his thunder,
Yeah.
right? Like, it happens here, and then it happens again at WrestleMania 25 with HBK and Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's supposed to have a good match with Randy Orton that also involves Stephanie.
Yeah.
And, like, no one really cared about that main event also. And so, yeah, things get taken away by Triple H, just like NXT people. So,
Oh, man. Damn. Just because it's true doesn't mean I have to say it. I mean, you're not wrong. What's a Stephen A. Smith gif?
Shout out Karen Keith Cross.
rest in peace, rest in peace.
Rest in pussy. Any other thoughts?
They'll be fine. Those two will be fine.
Oh, trust me, they will. Ember Mutu.
Oh yeah. That was a good match. Like Jericho can't have at this time Jericho couldn't have a bad match if he tried, and this one looks like he tried. You know, but in the end it was still a good solid match. You know, and that's all I gotta say. It was good for what it was, and the crowd sent the crowd home happy. So yay.
Yay.
In terms, solid match. Really good psychology when it comes to attacking the leg of Triple H's leg.
Yeah.
Pretty decent use of the outside table. Announcer table. I have to comment on Stephanie's outfit because she looked like, I'm not sure if you guys know this. There's a cartoon called Totally Spies. I guess it's okay. Maybe because I have a kid. It's probably because that's why.
There you
Oh,
go.
it's a new one. Okay.
Well, it's a fairly new one. So it's her jumpsuit reminds me of one of those cartoon characters. So it's kind of like, it's a little outrageous. But then,
Looked like half an Elvis impersonator. I'm trying. Sorry.
But it was kind of funny at the end of this. There was no fireworks for Triple H. I don't think.
Yeah,
Or they cut it out.
Right.
I don't remember. I don't know when we watched it, so I don't remember
think you're
him having fireworks after winning it. So it's like, oh, yeah, it's like a little fizzle at the end.
I guess kayfabe, when you think about Vince McMahon's like, well, he did just beat the shit out of my daughter. So I don't think I could give him some fire. I can't give him any fireworks. I don't know.
Damn it! Put the Kaiboss on the fireworks. My baby girl.
Just give all the fireworks to Drowning Pool.
But I want that's pretty good. I want to add on to Garn too. I love how they tease like breaking the American announce table just to smash the Spanish one again.
Dios mío.
But yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're here, folks. The true main event. Does everybody still got their cock up?
Yep.
You guys saw mine.
All right. 229.29
Yep.
on the old Peacock. And then, all right. I'll say 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say play, we'll hit play.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play. Black and white.
Mm.
Do you think it's actually black and white in there?
Oh. I don't know. Is Flair coming out?
This is not right. This is not a good time to
Oh,
talk
'cause it's
about
old?
politics here. Okay. It's not
Guard. Stupid.
Well, I wish they
Here we go. Here we go with go. Sorry.
They still have a really good intro. NWF
Yeah.
music's always
I wish
good.
you would have broke out Real American though.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But as you can see here, Hulk Hogan sprinting down to the ring.
Oh yeah.
In WCW, he used a different version, right?
American made.
American Made, was it?
How's it go?
I am a real
No,
American, right?
No,
The
for
WC
NWO. Wasn't it like Voodoo Child?
Oh.
Yeah,
It was
Voodoo Child. Yep.
right?
Oh, I'm thinking of like '94 Hogan. That song bumps. By the way, give it a YouTube if you're not familiar with it. Man, America. God, I can't remember how it goes. Your ass
American males.
is candy.
When I want to be racist, I'll listen to that. When I want to be racist.
When do you have
You
an
have
itch?
times when you want to be racist.
Whoa, whoa.
When the rap music is
The
just a little
Hogan
too loud
joke.
outside.
Remember, guys, be careful what you say because someone might be listening. How about not say racist shit?
Hogan still walking to the ring.
Yep.
Almost there.
Obviously, listening to Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, he's rocking.
He's so offbeat when he's doing these head nods.
Yeah, he tries to tan himself to be black, but doesn't give you rhythm.
Oh man. Oh, my
Do you guys like his WCW Thunder pants?
I actually like this look.
Speaking of leather,
Oh, Technicolor.
So I have a buddy that met Hulk Hogan like a few years ago, and he says that his tan looks really good in person. So
Like fine leather. On the
I
couch.
guess, yeah, maybe it feels good. Oh, here comes Rocky.
a slightly lighter guy than the guy in the ring already.
Yeah, but legitimately, I feel like let's do the comparison.
Look at the skin color. He's lighter. He's the black guy in this match.
Who's the black guy? That's what the winner gets.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man, got Scorpion King coming out.
Yeah.
This is Get Smart Rock.
Yep. Right. Guys, watch me on the rundown. Yeah.
Hey, that's a good fucking movie. First of all, don't you?
That was whack.
Soft
That was okay.
details.
I liked it.
You don't like the
Never mind.
rundown? It had what's his
It
face?
was pretty funny.
Christopher
The-
Walken?
Stifler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Stifler.
What was the other one? They had Ernie Reyes Jr. Which one was that?
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Is that
Ernie
Walking
Reyes
Tall?
Jr.
Wait, was he in Three Ninjas?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He was, but
too?
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Just Ninjas? Yeah.
Tooth Fairy.
There it is.
Oh yeah, he was a daughter. That's right. He was a daughter.
What?
No, it's
He
not.
was the daughter?
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm
yeah.
kidding.
Oh, okay. Never seen it.
Hogan's the one with the bandana. Still has a higher hairline.
Dude, Hogan is legitimately blacker than The Rock here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Or is he red? I don't know.
I don't know. Does the name Redskins offend you, Hulk? It's Washington football team. Oh, here we go. This stare down. Oh,
man.
wow.
Famous
This-
stare down.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Get out of
shit's-
there, ref.
This shit's hype. Yeah. Fuck
Wait,
off,
who's the ref
Kyoto.
on this one?
It's Mike Kyoto.
It's Kyoto.
Mike Kyoto.
Is that the one you thought looked like Zack Ryder?
No. It was some. That's definitely not him.
This is probably the best part of the match is when the crowds
Yeah.
just get really into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Man. This shit's hype.
I mean, this was it. This
I feel like
was
so
the
many
match right
people so many people try to like replicate this stare down where they like look
here.
in
Oh, I
opposite
know. They
directions.
can't do it. Not like this.
Can't beat the original.
So many Canadians cheering for Americans.
I like how Hogan has his face on his boots so he doesn't forget.
All right.
The Canadians want to cheer for the white one. They're not sure which.
They're just short circuiting, so that's why they're so loud. Oh man,
Uh-oh.
the pythons are
Whoa.
coming out. I feel like
Is that a beach
Hogan.
ball?
Oh, they did throw
Yeah,
this.
it's there.
There's one.
Oh shit, they did.
How dare they?
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
It's crazy how like
The crowd
unanimously,
reaction. Yeah.
like for Hogan. Oh yeah, that's some good technique.
Yep.
Good S
Clean
grip.
the boots.
Like
Clean
it,
the
like
boots.
it.
There you go.
you know Randy Orton watched this match. Another headlock, Randy?
I feel like it'd be so uncomfortable
it,
to
hold
wrestle
it,
in a weight
Hold
belt.
it. Hold it. Keep holding
Gets
it.
shot out of a cannon. I feel like Hogan's kind of light on the baby oil in this match.
Yeah.
He looks pretty dry.
God, I would have loved to be in, like there live for sure.
Right, right?
Like,
So one kid goes crazy. There is.
or-
You know, they always talk about like, what's his name? What's the guy from Fast and Furious?
Paul Walker.
No,
Diesel?
not Paul Walker. Vin Diesel. They always talk about the altercation between Vin Diesel and The Rock. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
like Rock,
yeah.
his facial expressions were just like this right here.
yeah.
You kind of look like Vin
Huh?
Diesel.
And then
Huh?
Vin Diesel moves just like Hulk.
One last ride.
Probably-
Definitely lighter than Hulk, I can tell you.
Same acting ability.
Did you guys ever hear Vin Diesel's song?
What? Which one? What?
We'll listen to it after this.
Okay.
Don't let me forget.
Bonus
It's called
for the Patreon.
I don't know. Just go on Spotify and type in Vin Diesel. I think it's the only thing
Oh.
that pops up. It's like a pop song. It bumps though.
Is it called Ohana means family?
It should have been.
We are family.
Winning is winning.
Was Hogan? Did Hogan ever have hair on his head?
No, not that I
don't
know
know.
of. I don't think so.
A long time ago.
I think how old is? I think Hogan might just be in his 40s at this point.
Oh, no way he's his 40s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
I was thinking like.
Yeah, look it up.
50s maybe.
That's the wrinkly ass Hogan.
So he was born in
That's
53.
like well done.
Uh-huh. Well done. Get out of here.
That's like a well done Hulk Hogan right there.
Hogan.
Let's just go over the top rope. Oh,
man.
Oh.
too much
He was
grease.
supposed to.
Oh,
Too much oil.
Not enough oil.
Not enough oil.
Hogan's
you mean-
48
is
here,
it
by
not
the
enough
way.
oil in his knees?
Oh wow, 43.
In this match, oh wow, okay.
He's only like what 4 years older than AJ Styles is now.
Oh here? Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
no.
crazy.
How old is he?
48.
Racism ages you. Brother.
He's so racist. He's so racist. He had to become what he hates,
Yeah, right?
so he can stare at himself in the mirror and be racist.
See, I told you we were assholes. Uh-oh.
Oh man, Canadian Destroyer upcoming.
That's probably the reason why, like, it probably doesn't age well because there's not enough Canadian destroyers in this match.
That's,
Can you imagine an indie show in Canada where like there's like 9 Canadians destroyers and that's just to be in the match? Like,
That's the feeling out process.
I mean, that's AEW. That's Dynamite. I don't know.
Oh, the foot rake. What a heel. What a heel this Hulk Hogan is.
Literally.
Hollywood Hogan, sorry.
what a heel.
Man.
It's funny.
Yeah.
The pacing of this match is so like.
I feel like these guys could just pull their pants down and take a shit in the middle of the ring and people would eat it up.
Oh
Figuratively.
yeah, for sure.
And that shit.
Like, oh yeah, Canadian bacon, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, what the? That was weird in the corner.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh,
That's
whoa,
Spine
whoa.
Buster.
Yeah. Whoa, some of those fans are flicking off like The Rock like no other.
Rock,
Man.
Yeah, okay.
He's getting a little Hollywood, I suppose, huh?
Remember I told you, like, when we were in the studio, like, at this point, these were the kids that grew up watching Hogan. So they wanted that 1980s Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
knew, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like White Power.
How's that go again?
Maybe if this was Alabama, but
Abalama.
Well, I have to
Oh.
do it in a Canadian accent, so I.
that was a Canadian.
Whoa. That's like South Side.
That's some Niagara Falls.
Oka Scotia. What is it called? Oka Scotia. I don't know.
What?
Nova Scotia? Is that what you said? Nova Scotia?
No, Oka Scotia's right. Okinawa?
Oka, oh, hell no. Hell no.
Oh my god, we got a roll up. If this was a 24/7 match, he would have won this match already.
Yep.
He needs help from our truth.
Oh, back rake.
Oh, the dreaded back rake.
Oh.
More back rakes.
I was listening to JR's podcast one night or one day, and he like went on a rant about back rakes. He's like, I won't even call a back rake. That's stupid. That's what I think of every time I see one now. Oh,
Did he have an issue with any other move other than back rake?
nope, just back rakes.
Really? There's so many like
I mean, probably, but that's the only
yeah, I hate atomic drops. Is he like Neiman the Gooch or what? You
I
know?
love a good atomic drop.
Yeah, right. Only if Rick Rude's selling it.
Yeah, or Mr.
That's
Perfect.
that's the best one. Hey, Garn, who uses a back rake now?
A back rake?
Yeah, does anybody?
Not.
I thought the Bucks, right? The Bucks do that spot where they.
Bucks have done it before. Recently.
But that's about it, right? That's about it, right?
What was that
Chokeslam.
move? Yeah.
Man, that was
Oh, what the?
choke me, daddy.
Oh.
What? I'm sorry, my mic was off.
Motherfucker just held his neck and shook his head
Yeah,
like, up and down.
Exactly.
The wrist tape. Classic. He's doing anything to get this crowd to boo him, and they just will not.
They
Yeah.
won't. Yep, exactly.
They'll just literally start chanting his name after he chokes The Rock out. I mean, those really are thunder tights, aren't they?
Oh yeah. One side thunder, the other one lightning.
And we have a winner of the Rumble.
Oh, from the top rope. Oh,
Oh, I'm about to say
Oh.
that wouldn't cool.
that's the show what wrestling is nowadays. It's like my first instinct. Like, oh, he's gonna go to the top, and
You know, I don't get why does Hulk Hogan keep putting his hair back, but the part that he's putting back, there's no hair. It's just his forehead. It's just his scalp.
He's pushing the sweat back.
it's phantom hair.
The tanner is like going into his eye.
Probably legit. Probably.
Oh, now this is happening. So you know, for some
Oh.
reason, the Spanish announce table's gonna go down.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
No puede, no puede.
El perro es rojo.
Oh, they call it Clifford the Big Red Dog. Oh, what? Wait, what? Is this no DQ? Like, why did the ref?
That's a Hogan match. They're all no DQ, I think.
I guess so, but
Who
okay.
cares? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Kyoto's looking pretty bronze
horrible.
himself.
That's close line.
And there's Will Sasso cheering.
Oh, I missed that.
That's right. Oh my gosh, you're right, Garn. I forgot about that. Did he already do the skits, the Austin skits already, or is this
I think
at
so, yeah. This is when Rock was starting to be popular.
on SNL?
So yeah. So
Oh,
This may be one of my favorite ref bumps. That was pretty cool.
It was definitely top 20 of the night.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that looked like a
like-
legitimate. That looked like
top 20 from WrestleMania.
looked like a legitimate like got hurt.
Well, let's see this again. Get it?
Pow!
Another sheesh spine buster. Arn Anderson's rolling around in his grave right now, and he's alive.
That's a single A spine buster.
He was at
Yes, yeah, he was there. He's throwing attention in the background. He's blading right now in the back.
He's getting his Glock out.
This horseman is now in the glue factory. Oh, we got.
Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter.
That's a sticky situation.
Oh, he just
God.
Oh, glue.
Here we go. He tapped.
By
that was
God.
Slow.
Here's the thing, like,
Oh,
right to boo this sharpshooter. Coming from like Bret Hart is like your hero, and this bullshit ass sharpshooter, he's not even putting it in pressure. Look at it. He's just holding the knees. He's just.
Look at those strong,
protecting
powerful glutes.
Hulk Hogan's knees right now.
Okay, right now Hogan's
Literally,
cleaning.
yeah.
He's cleaning the mat. He's not tapping. He's cleaning the mat.
Yoda is
Batting out the
fucking
dust.
Dead.
It's dusty. There's a lot of.
Gold
Dead
dust is
skin on
cheek,
the ring.
Cheek liquid. It's on the mat.
Yeah.
Gee,
Oh, no.
liquid.
The Kyoto's a dead fish,
Fix it to
literally.
wake him up.
Yeah, exactly. Drop an elbow on him. Kevin Nash, come out here.
If
Whoa!
Rick could drop an elbow on a dead Hulk Hogan to bring him back to life, Rock could do the same thing.
Here it comes.
Rock
Oh,
Hulk bottom.
Oh.
Hulk bottom.
Remember, if anyone else does it, it's a Uranagi.
Oh, sorry.
I must say,
Oh.
that's right. Yeah.
Miraculous ref recovery.
Oh,
I must say, Hulk did a decent rock bottom.
that's pretty good.
I feel like Rock maybe helped him out a little bit on that one.
Yeah. And now Chippendale routine.
Yes. Fuck.
North Carolina.
Oh, it hurts so
So
good.
this is where Jim Ross says beat him, whip him like a government mule.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
That's. I mean, that's a weight belt. That's got hurt legit. Oh,
Ooh.
Damn it, Justin, now you got me watching him wiping off his hair again.
Yeah, I counted it like 4 or 5 times.
I don't want that in my eye.
You mean
My phantom hair.
what hair? It's just his head. You know.
Phantom hair.
oh, Rock's got the belt.
Oh.
Got blue dust on his chest.
The Rock has the
The
belt.
facial expressions that Rock uses are so
Gold.
like his tights, the Brahma Bull and his tights.
Oh, spits on
There
the
you go.
belt.
Spit on. Oh wow, how dare you?
Oh.
COVID. Ooh.
Hits it.
Watch out.
Hogan did it better. Oh, what?
Oh,
Wait, whoa!
Oh.
By God. The Rocky.
Wiping his hair. That's not there.
7. I should took shots after this.
The crowd is just crazy.
Yes,
The
yes.
crowd is
Same.
crazy.
And The
You.
Rock's facials are on point. You're right. His eyes roll in the
Oh.
back of his head when he gets punched. Big boot. Or boot.
Yeah.
How could spinning your hand give you more power? Or
Science.
Not sure, but you would think he would do it the whole match then.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, he kicked out my leg.
So, come on. WORM.
He's stupid.
Or he does. You guys remember the Mojo Rawley thing he would do? He tried to do a people's elbow kind of thing, but he would do
Yeah, he did that once, and
no, he did it a few times, and no, it was.
he did
never
a few times.
That was horrible.
And this is where
rock bottom.
I think the best one to do it was Montez Ford. When Montez Ford did it, there you go.
Yeah.
There was no lift on that rock bottom.
well,
Well, it's been a grueling Greco-Roman match. So
Not gonna look good. Anymore.
pile driver.
It's true. It's
Pull him by his hair.
It's his only hair. That's it. Money. Ugh.
I go.
Second rock bottom.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Where's-
oh,
Oh.
Kick up.
Dude, kick up. Let me do a kick up.
yeah.
I totally forgot about that part.
I always wonder how many elbow pads he has given out.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, must be.
gotta be over 300.
Oh man, that's true.
Fuck, man.
Damn, I actually had money on Hogan in
There you
this.
go.
Retroactive betting. That's gonna be a thing.
I still don't like. I
And I still lose.
Elbow as a finisher. I never liked it.
Yeah, I mean, as
The
long as
people's
they put it
elbow?
over, you know what I mean? It's like the Cobra. If people keep going down to the Cobra, you can make anything a finisher.
Yeah, you like going down to the Cobra?
That's
You
true.
know what, dude? I know I walked right into that, but still.
You
So to
like
speak.
reaching in to get that cobra.
You already have it in your hand, dude. What are you doing? Looking for that brass. What you call it again? God, I forget the name of it. Oh. Nope.
Ball clasps.
There you go, ball clasp.
I want to Google it, but I don't.
Make sure you just do it as a Pornhub search. Shout out
Maybe.
Matt
I was
Ritter.
about to say it'd be Matt Ritter.
It's like way ahead of you boys.
Shout out.
Way ahead of you boys.
From behind shot.
I actually wrote that Wikipedia page.
But we're not done here yet, I don't think.
Nah. Yeah, this should have been the main event for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I had to rearrange all these.
But would it have been as hot if it was the main event? Probably
Oh,
close
I
to.
think so. I
Yeah.
think so. Would it have been the same if it was Austin versus Hogan?
Wait.
I think this is the right call, Rock and Hogan.
Because that's what they were going to go with before this, and then they switched it last minute. Or not last minute, but
I think this was the right call, especially with.
same. That's how I feel too. I think this was the right call
Yeah.
too.
Maybe open up with Jericho and Triple H. I don't know.
That might be
Ooh.
better. Yeah.
Put him pre-show.
God, look at that hand.
Throw in some cruiserweights.
Look at that handshake.
Where's Akira Tozawa?
But what if they
Wow, what a
opened
moment,
with?
though.
Maybe they
Shaking
should have
hands.
opened with the women's triple threat match. Giving them some time.
To give them some time to get to the hospital.
Hey, you need to piss sometime, man. Might as well
Stop.
be before the main event.
And
I would have went to the bathroom during that tag match, the 4-way
Oh,
tag
100%. Yeah.
And Miss Billy and Chuck.
Yeah, definitely that.
You
That was my bathroom break.
so good to me.
Oh, I think we were harmonizing right there.
Let's go. The new BTS.
Like butter, baby. AEW Dynamite.
Dynamite, yup. Dynamite.
Hogan and Dynamite confirmed.
Yeah, right? Doing commentary on AEW Elevation.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There he
wait, what?
goes.
There's more?
Uh-uh.
Oh, what? They're...
Oh no.
Oh.
Did you
How
throw his
dare they.
finger in it?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Kevin Nash doesn't want
Man.
to blow out his quads.
Yeah, he already sprinted enough on this show.
He did.
Uh-oh. He's
Oh,
gotta take his
man,
one
I need-
bump of the
I need
year.
an LWO running right now. I need Sequel Pay to come out. L Dandy.
Psychosis.
He's like Kostas needs to come out right now.
See, Teddy, this is the part where Teddy Long should have came out like, oh, okay.
Oh.
You know.
Now hold on there, player. When did? Because there's a D's nuts sign in the crowd. I thought that was like a recent thing.
Is
Yeah.
it this one? Is it this one?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it
like
was the next
when,
WrestleMania.
when it's the no when, in the hard camera, it's like in the top left.
So when we know who invented these nuts, now we know it. It's
Yeah.
some kid in what, Toronto? Like,
Might as well be. All of Canada is Toronto, I think.
Off camera.
And this is where all the time the women's match took up.
Yeah.
it's-
It's all
Yup,
this-
exactly.
Jazz is in the back flipping out right now. Get back to the ring.
Are you serious?
Oh, there's these now. Yep, I see it.
Bermuda Championship Wrestling.
Whoa.
Shout out.
Oh,
Shout out. Yep. Brought us the great wrestlers like Mike Hunt and Ben Dover. High flyer Phil Lacio.
Located on Penn Island. It's Penis Land.
Penis land.
Yeah. Hailing.
Yeah, so
Oh.
yeah, you're right, Guard. This definitely took up all the women's matches.
Yeah.
No, come back. Do this one more time.
Yeah. Here's the
Yeah.
here's the here's like 10 minutes right here.
See, this is when they should have brought back Real American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this is when
They would
Right,
want to
because
do the
they aren't-
turn right away. They want to do the turn right away.
looks like that's what they're doing.
They're saving it for the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'll hit him.
Sweet Chin music. That'd be some shit.
Yeah.
Brock turned heel here. It'd be mega heat. Maybe in hindsight they should
Box
have.
office sales. That's why he's not doing heat.
Man, The Rundown is a good movie. I'll challenge anybody who says otherwise.
The rundown's good, yeah.
It's not bad.
It's great.
I'm
Is
trying
that
to
the
think
one
of another
where? Is that the one where he's like in the jungle and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all of his movies.
Yeah,
first
that's
of
the
all.
one with Ernie Reyes Jr. Remember he fought that kid.
I don't know who the hell that
so
is.
it wasn't Surf Ninjas?
Man, I think this is about as long as the women's match.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. I
But
don't remember
actually,
being this long not watching it.
Hold up, players. This is now 2 out of 3 falls.
it's a lot of Asian photographers ringside.
Oh my god.
There's like one white guy.
So you saw a bunch of like
They're-
pictures are cut off, like you don't see the Rock's head.
They're from Ontario. Ontario. They came from Ontario.
I feel like some of Hogan's tan wiped off. He looks almost white here.
The baby oil resurfaced from their skin.
Oh man.
Oh man. Now Kith.
Listen.
Rockamania.
What do you think he's saying to him in his ear? What do you think he's saying to him? Don't date my daughter?
I don't care if he's a basketball player or whatever it was.
Dude, Bubba the Love Sponge's
Should've
wife
had
is a
that
good lay.
Get Cho. Get Cho. It's a good lay.
He's like he whispers in his ears, "All lives matter."
I think he's just Samoan enough where he might not take offense. I guess that kind of called back to this when Rock faced Cena, and Rock did the same thing for Cena. He held his arm up.
Are we gonna see the?
Okay.
I thought there was pirates.
Yes,
for
the
that.
restaurant. The restaurant.
Yes, are we gonna
This is
see?
the
Oh,
restaurant,
right?
I want to see
Show.
the statue. Let's go back to the statue.
Where's Richard?
He's abducting someone's child.
Dude, if he wanted to, he could just walk away. Like, what are you gonna do?
She's mine now. Your new name is Paul White Jr.
Okay, if it's
That's
the
what Big
Access
Show's
commercial,
become. Look at that.
Dang, it's so big.
He's a big warrior. All right, well, all right, might as well watch the women's match, right? All right, here we go.
Well, it's over.
Man, what a show, huh?
That was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That match was hype. I mean, I want to go watch that back with more crowd noise, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. I mean, that's rightfully what everybody remembers the show for, is that match, and lived up to the hype for sure. Any other thoughts on that?
Well, I thought it was great, but Charlie, dude, that was your first time. So
First time seeing it, but then like I had my volume down, so I couldn't really like get the feel of like everything. It was still cool because like I didn't know who's gonna win or anything like that. I didn't know all that stuff's gonna happen at the end, so it was still pretty cool.
Okay.
And like doing like this is pretty fun. So
Even that's
No
crazy.
complaints.
You've never seen it.
never
I mean,
seen it. There's so many things I haven't seen before, so it's like it's still new to me. Damn it.
But even like just the visual of the crowd is like
Yeah,
crazy in its
exactly.
own right.
Exactly.
But
Like they did those great like pan outs and you just see like crowds going ape shit. Like it just gives me like those vibes from like when we were there live for CM Punk and John Cena. Where like where people are going like absolutely crazy. So it's like like I said, even though I couldn't hear the crowd noise, I wanted to be there. Just how
Right.
crazy I would have been holding up an Irish flag, like like I want to do
these
that.
nuts.
Yeah,
these
these
nuts.
nuts sign.
oh well, that's WrestleMania 18. Yeah, top to bottom, I think it's definitely a solid. There's a lot of forgettable stuff on the show, unfortunately, but I feel like watching it back, I enjoyed pretty much all of it. So, yeah. Any other last thoughts on the show in general?
It was good. It was just as good as it gets. Just as good as it
Man.
gets.
The wise words. from Just.
The Rock and Hogan was enough of a draw for me. I would have watched anything else on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, just seeing that, So it was pretty cool. And then I would have sat through that 4-way tag or, stood in line to pee, but
This was the best SummerSlam pay-per-view ever.
get
Right.
out of here. Wait, this Raw had no commercials?
But joking aside, it was a solid. It's a solid WrestleMania in terms of most of the wrestling portion of it, in terms of psychology and story, and then just build up and actual like choreography, I guess.
Yeah.
With a lot of the matches, obviously there's going to be some bumps in the road with it, especially with that four tag team elimination. That was just a car wreck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But other than that, it had all the moments you would get for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so happy I saw this because of that stupid ass Stacy Keibler statue part. I'm gonna be
Highlight
making
of the
fun of that.
show.
Where is that statue right now? Give me your best answer. Like,
Are we gonna see that on what is it, National or the Treasures show? That
Oh,
A&E
yeah.
does. It's gonna be a Stacy Keibler episode.
The treasure shirt. Yeah.
I paid top dollar for this.
Who do you think is gonna have it?
Good. Oh.
Probably top dollar.
Mick Foley. Mick Foley has it.
yeah.
Type
He hangs his masks from it.
He lays his laundry on top of it.
Ric Flair's trying to get to touch his dick right now.
Oh,
Oh.
Man, you guys are lucky that I want you to plug your podcast. Otherwise, I would just cut it off right there.
Woo.
But yes,
You can find us on the Get Cho Podcast. Get Your Podcast on the Instagram. Charlie, where can they find you, homie?
Well, I'm at Charlie B Bad. Find me there, or my name is Charlie B on Twitter.
Garnathan, where can we find you? Oh, you got nothing. You're just off the grid.
just off the grid.
Can't. You want to contact him? Tough luck. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you guys once again for. You got something to say, Joss? All right. Hoo-hoo-wee. Once again, thank you to the Get Cho Podcast. Thank you to Charlie, Garn, and Justin for joining me on this episode, for joining me on episode 100 of the Apron Bump. Milestone show, milestone event that we reviewed, and much, much more to come. So, once again, thank you guys. I say it every week. I always thank you guys for listening, but truly, it warms my cockles to see people supporting the podcast every single week. So I do appreciate you all, everyone that I tag on social media, everyone that I communicate with. It's truly definitely the most fulfilling part of this that I never expected going into it is all the friends we made along the way. No, but really, it's I've made a lot of good friends doing this, including the guys that I had on this episode. So, and yeah, can't wait for the next 100. But next week there will it'll be Thanksgiving next week. So there will not be a traditional podcast episode that week. However, sometime next week I will be dropping a YouTube exclusive, and it is going to be titled something, or at least along the lines of 100 Things to Fix WWE. So I'm going to go in under an hour. I will list 100 things that WWE does poorly or that WWE could change. 100 things that could help fix the WWE products, because boy howdy are there issues with it. And yeah, that was a lot of fun recording that, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So subscribe to my YouTube if you have not already, so you don't miss that. And the following week, episode 101, we're bringing back some Ring of Honor, and we're doing it in a big way. So it'll be Final Battle 2002, and my guest is none other than the first face that we ever saw in Ring of Honor, one half of the Hit Squad, Monster Mac. And that is it's kind of a longer one, but it is a really interesting and entertaining episode. So me and Monster Mac cover Final Battle 2002, wrapping up that year of Ring of Honor. And yeah, so subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss that as well. All the video episodes are on YouTube as well. Subscribe to all my social media. Really trying to get into this TikTok thing. Really trying to become a TikToker nowadays. So check me out there as well, as along with my the usual socials. But yeah, that's about I think we're done here, huh? I can't get Goldust's delicious cheeks out of my head. I don't know about you guys, but anyways, now I got to go take care of that. Now I'm all horned up. Sorry. Yeah. Hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving and a lovely holiday season. Take care of yourselves, shave your cats, wash your dogs, kiss your sister on the lips. I'm hard.
Talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing I guess. Let's get it started. It's the hardest. Talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what